Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the class for fluid mechanics. Okay, so in the last lecture we discussed studying unit number second, which is fluid kinematics, and in the last lecture we discussed about the two theorems, okay, or two methods to find out the or to study the fluid kinematics. Okay, so what is mean by fluid kinematics? So fluid kinematics, it is a branch of science to study the flow of motion of fluid and without considering cause of the motion. Okay, so we does not consider about the any force which causing the motion. We just study the total characteristics of the particular flow. Okay, so here there was two methods, which one is the Lagrangian method and second one is the Eulerian method. Okay, so in the Lagrangian method, the boundaries are infinite and the particles or the particular flow particle is finite. So we just follow the flow particle wherever it is goes. So there is no boundary. Okay, and in a Eulerian method, there was a finite boundary and infinite flow. So we just finite the particular boundary, okay, so that we could able to make the proper to make the proper distinguish between this particle. Okay, so afterwards there are components. We study about the components of velocity and acceleration. So we discussed about in Lagrangian and Eulerian method. So now in today's lecture we will discuss about the types of acceleration. So acceleration is important point while we studying the motion of a fluid, so that the acceleration components are different with respect to the different parameter or different aspect. Okay, so these are the total component of acceleration. Okay, so first one is the tangential acceleration and normal acceleration, material or substantial acceleration, local acceleration or temporal acceleration, and last one is the convective acceleration. These acceleration are the change with respect to the particular characteristics of the flow, or we could say another characteristics of the surrounding. Okay, so what is mean by tangential acceleration? The change in the magnitude of velocity along the streamline is called tangential acceleration. The change in a magnitude with respect to the length, okay, of flow. It is not right to be said about length, but it is must to be say, because it's not able to understand when we are saying about along streamline. It means that along the flow, okay, along the length of flow. So change in the magnitude of velocity along the flow is known as tangential acceleration. Okay, so if we are studying, if we consider one point like this is the first point. From the first point to the second point, magnitude of a velocity will increases. Like here it is 10 meter per second. I'm sorry, 10 meter will be very much higher. So consider 1 meter per second, and here there is a 2.5 meter per second. Okay, so the magnitude of a velocity is increases with respect to the particular, okay, so the particular space. So this is called as an tangential acceleration. Then the normal acceleration, the change in the direction of velocity vector is called as normal acceleration. So first one is tangential acceleration, and happen when there is a flow is in gradient, any gradient, if there is a gradient provided. And next is normal acceleration, change in the direction of velocity vector. It means that there is a turbulency in the flow. In that such situation, the normal acceleration might be arise. Okay, so change in a direction of velocity vector. Okay, so these are the two acceleration. Next is the material acceleration, the rate of increase in a velocity due to both time and position of fluid particle is called as material acceleration. Okay, so material acceleration and total acceleration are different where with respect to the time, and we could say with respect to space the acceleration changes or rate of increases. Okay, velocity due to both time and position. So the local acceleration is the same kind of thing, is included in the material. That material acceleration is a combination of a tangential acceleration. Okay, sorry, not the tangential. Okay, so tangential acceleration and local acceleration. So that in the tangential acceleration there is a change in a magnitude with respect to space, and in the local acceleration change in a velocity with respect to the time. That is known as an local acceleration, which is included in the material acceleration. There are two equations where the material acceleration shown by the position and the tangential, the local acceleration also included it, and which is separately added to this particular concept. Okay, so next one is the local acceleration, as obviously it is the increase in a velocity with respect to time. So the time is the deciding factor of this particular type of acceleration. At the given point of flow, field is called as local acceleration. For the steady flow, local acceleration is zero. So we will discuss about what kind of the flow and how it affect acceleration affect on that particular flow. But this part is about to come in the next slide or next session. But what is meant by steady flow? Steady flow is the flow which is able, okay, so steady flow is the flow which shows the characteristics of flow does not change with the time, is known as a steady flow. Okay, so same as when the characteristics does not change with the time, then local acceleration will be zero for that particular flow. Okay, the last point of the type of acceleration is convective acceleration. So the convective acceleration is the acceleration where the rate of velocity increases respect to the position of fluid particle. Okay, so position of fluid particle. So convective acceleration is the same as the temporal, tangential acceleration. Okay, so this was it. These are the type of acceleration. In the many time the question when asked about the local acceleration and convective acceleration to be what you can say for its definition, it also has some kind of a formula. Okay, that is velocity in x direction. Okay, so change with respect to the position in x direction. So u into du by dx. So du by dx is explaining one thing is that the change in the velocity with respect to the space. X is the space. If it was a du by dt, it means that it is changing with respect to time. So whenever you see that term, it's showing that So, okay. So whenever you see that kind of term, that is du, okay, or any, so daba or derivative of a particular, it's showing the change, okay, change of rate of change or change, and the denominator showing with respect to it. Okay, so if du by dt, it means that the change in a velocity with respect to time. Okay, if I'm adding this particular or change the steep term with respect to x, then the term is like change in the velocity of x direction. Okay, so with respect to the direction or position. So you already explaining the velocity in the x direction, and du by dx is showing the term of rate of change. Okay, then v, that delta v by delta y plus w delta w by delta z. So this is it. This is the total term which explaining the this definition. Okay, so x y z is the direction of particular point, okay, or the position of change. Okay, so now we ended this point of type of acceleration here, and we must be move towards the point that is a type of flow line. So if we are studying the flow, there must to be the element of that flow must to be understand. Okay, so the element of the flow are the flow lines or different flow lines which defines the different terms of flow. Okay, so first is the streamline, second is the stream tube, third one is the path line, and fourth one is the streak line. So these terms been asked in many exam, okay, to be explained. Okay, so these are the very simple term and very important. It is a similar like this particular type of acceleration that with a change change with respect to the time, with respect to the space. Okay, or you could say that. So how the flow flows and how we could track the particular characteristics of a point or flow. So this is explained by these terms like the streamline, stream tube, path line, streak line. Okay. So streamline is the imaginary line drawn in the fluid in such a way that the tangent to any point gives the direction of motion at the point. It's called as streamline. Okay. So whenever we are discussing about streamline, it also shows the what kind of in which direction the flow is flowing. Okay. So if we are considering the imaginary line in the flow, so if at any point on the line we draw the tangent, it is a curve, the line is having some amount of curvature. So if we draw a tangent to the particular point, it shows the direction of motion of that particular fluid. Okay. In steady flow, the pattern of streamline remain invariant with time. So it also saying that in a steady flow, the pattern of streamline remain invariant with time. It does not change with time. Okay, it might be changed with a position, but it does not change with time. Okay. So the path line, streak line, streamline remain identical in the steady flow. So what is mean by steady flow? It does not change with time. A flow characteristic which does not change with the time is known as a steady flow. So in the steady flow, the streamline, path line, streak line are identical to each other, means that these are same. This is a kind of, this is the curvature of line. It's showing the streamline, and the particular this tangent drawn to the point is showing the direction of flow. Okay, so the equation for the streamline is as usual with respect to the derivative. Okay, so delta x by u equal to delta v by delta y by v and delta z by w. Okay, so this is the equation for that particular term. So stream tube, it is a similar like streamline. It is the imaginary tube consists number of streamline. They are boundary surface and prepare a tube-like structure which does not permit the fluid across it. It's called a stream tube. So it allows to flow the fluid, but it does not allow to cross the particular lines. Okay, the shape of stream tube changes from one instant to another because of change in position of streamline. Okay, it does not change with the time, but it does change with the position that I was explaining in the last point. Okay, so velocity throughout the tube is uniform. Stream tube may regular or irregular in shape. So this is the stream tube. Next one is the path line. Path line is one of the simplest line that shows the actual path that particular point been followed. Okay, so if we are considering one point, okay, this is considered P1 point. So we at the particular instant of time we see P1 at this position. At the second time it is at this position and this position. Then this, and we just follow the path of fluid that flows and draw the line connecting these points. So it is known as path line. Okay, so this is known as path line. Such as that point P2. So if we draw the line, we could able to find out how the particular point been travel throughout its flow position. Okay, or it used to help to identify the flow position of point at the particular flow. So path line is used to when we are following the Lagrangian method to study the particular flow. Okay, so actual path followed by fluid particle as it moves during the period of time is called as path line. So this is the change with respect to time. So streamline does not change with respect to time. It sticks to the time at particular time, but the particular this line were used for Lagrangian theorem, which follows the path of particular point. It changes with time. Okay, the path line shows the direction of velocity of the same particle at successive instant of time. Okay, so we could able to find out the velocity at P1 position, then this position, then this position. Okay, in steady flow, since there are no fluctuation of velocity, path line collides with streamline. Okay, path line collides with streamline. And sometimes they are showing that when the flow is not steady, flow is steady and there is no fluctuation of velocity, line collides with streamline, it means that it gets identical to each other. Okay. So for the today we will stop here, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the type of flow, that is steady, uniform, what different type of flow, and its derivatives with respect to its characteristics, and many more things. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. In the next lecture, the topic is important, so